Life isn't fair, and sometimes things done to us can open the door for demonic torment. I want to address that topic here. Satan can't have any access in your life except what you allow. Ever heard that phrase or something similar? I've heard it many times, even from some famous preachers. They put forth that view, and truthfully, it saddens me. I don't believe that it's a true statement. And those people who say it end up leaving their audience feeling much worse about themselves and not better. Everyone has a free will, and we can unwittingly invite demons because of sinful activities. However, many demons gain entry through more passive doors. Generational curses in the bloodline represent the most significant open door that we've seen. We've addressed this issue in many other articles and videos. We have ministered to many hundreds of abuse victims and have seen them set free from demonic torment. Sins were committed against these folks. They were not the abusers. Look, life happens to us all, and none skate through it unscathed. Some experience truly devastating, life-changing events and seek help of all kinds to get past the pain. They'll go for counseling, get support groups, prayer, fasting, medications. Many turn to illicit drugs or alcohol, and any one of those can be the path that people pursue to try to get help. Now let me ask, who has the gall to suggest that the person who was abused somehow welcomed or allowed the enemies of their soul to bring torment? Demonic torment through no fault of the victim screams of injustice. Why would God let that happen? Ungodly soul ties through sexual unions and controllers in people's lives represent one important entry point for demons. Ungodly sexual soul ties are established willingly through consensual activity, but also can be the result of sexual abuse. Bodies and souls are joined in the sexual act, and demons can pass from the perpetrator to the victim. Now look, forgiveness represents one powerful tool at every believer's hand to close another significant entry point for devils. The longer it takes after the transgression by the other party, the more lousy fruit can manifest in a person's life. Many years ago, I ministered to a woman who had been sexually abused by a male neighbor. She was a young girl at the time, and after the incident, her mother wisely, and I'm sure painfully, helped her to deal with the trauma. And she had her do two things very quickly. Number one, she had her forgive the man. Being young at the time, the mother probably had to teach the youngster about what forgiveness was and exactly how to do it. Secondly, over the weeks and months that followed, the two of them would pray consistently for that man, that God would bless him and pour his spirit out upon him. That difficult assignment was pressed by Jesus in Luke 6:27 and 28, when he implored his followers to, quote, love your enemies, do good to those who hate you, bless those who curse you, and pray for those who mistreat you. Now look, when I first heard that story many years ago, I was amazed and encouraged. We've met with many clients who have been victims of similar traumas and work to help them get set free and healed by the power of the Holy Spirit through deliverance and counseling. What was different about this woman? I remember her words vividly. She said, I really don't think that event had much of an impact on my life because I chose to forgive that man quickly and pray for him. Truthfully, I don't remember the exact issue she was dealing with, but I do believe that she had supernaturally dealt with this traumatic event in her past by being faithful to the Bible's commands. If the abuser is not quick to forgive someone and break the ungodly soul tie, then he or she is granting that abuser continued control over him or her. Continually focusing on the transgression, praying against the person, or not extending forgiveness really never brings the good fruit that Christians desire. We've also seen instances where we contend that a person's natural defenses, their mental and emotional tools that God gives every person, sometimes I think they're just overwhelmed in traumatic events, and demons of fear, maybe in anger and other spirits, can enter and remain long after the event has passed. Look at it's clear from the word. God's ways are higher than our ways, and we often do not understand his thoughts. Why he allows rather than stops evil activities to continue in people's lives, it's often a mystery to us. Sometimes we reap what we sow and bear the consequences, but that is not always the case. That's when we need to trust God's heart and his character when we cannot fathom his ways. Traumatic events represent one of many opportunities to exercise our faith and take hold of God's peace in the midst of the storm. Do you need help with something in your past? We can help you find it somewhere, but please just don't stay on the same path that you're on now. God bless you.